Hi, I'm Simon. I'm a full-time eBay reseller, and today I'm going to do a hot wing challenge, but with a difference. I'm going to answer questions relating to eBay and reselling. So, if you like to see people suffer, like me, this may be the video for you. Right, so let's get into it. If you've got some burning questions, mind the pun, and about reselling, this may be the video for you. Right, let's get into it. Let me see if I'm going to be squirming while I'm answering some questions. Right, and here they are. We're going to start off with a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. So let's put that on to coat it. Next, we add on a nice barbecue seasoning. This is Angel's Wings barbecue seasoning for poultry rub. Right, let's get this. Let's make sure it's nice and coated. So this is not the spice, but let's make sure it's well and truly covered. Smell nice. Got a good kind of barbecue smoky smell to them. Right, it's now time for the hot sauce. So this is Melinda's 2022 special edition 4X Reserve, and they are the habanero pepper sauce. Look at that. I don't mind admitting I'm a little bit scared. I'm not normally into like the spice, but right, seemed like a good idea. Let's have a little like smell of it, just so we can get a sense. Oh gee, wow, that smells ridiculous. Yeah, habanero sauce, Melinda's special reserve 4XL. Right, let's get it in. Right, so I'm going to put like a good amount in here, but I will probably like top it up as well. I want to make this nice and spicy, just so when I'm actually answering the questions, pretty painful for me. So let's get those all in. There's probably a quarter of a bottle in there. Give that a good mix up. Get these cooked up in the air fryer. Wow, that is smelling pungent. Right, that's well and truly covered. Right, let's get these in. Start. Right, here we go. Right, we are all set up now, so let's get into the questions. So ChatGPT, what is your first question?
Simon, what is the very first thing someone should do before selling on eBay?
Right, yeah, that's a really good one actually. How do you actually physically like get set up? So before I answer that one, I'm actually going to like make a start on actually trying one of these wings. I'm just going to like go like first in. So let's give this a go. So smell nice. So far we're good. Not picking up. Oh, I can. Right, yeah, I can. God, that's got me in the back of. Tasty. Right. Right, that's one down. Right, what do we do? Like, so for first thing for a new eBay seller, I would say get to know the platform, get to know how much things cost, how much eBay charges you for fees and that side of it, because there are other platforms you can go on to that don't charge you as much. For me, I think eBay is still king because it actually has the biggest audience, so the most amount of people are actually on there, but there are some new ones coming along. So yeah, that's my first answer. Right, chat, what we got next? We got another question for me. I'm gonna like go in for a another one just before the question like comes to me. Actually very tasty. Oh, it's instant hot though. Probably not a good idea to do this when you're hungry. Oh. Oh. Right. God. I think I'm just trying to monster through this. So yeah, question number 2.
What kind of items are the easiest for beginners to sell?
Okay, yeah, so what is it good for beginners? I would say, it sounds really ridiculous, but I would say everything. Start off by just picking out items from your house. Have a look on the solds on eBay, see what they actually like sell for. But then I really recommend, like, as a beginner, like being an everything seller. And that's the best way of actually learning. So go to car boot sales and pick up some absolutely like ridiculously like bizarre items, because you'd be amazed actually like how you'll be like surprised actually some of these values on these items. But yeah, that's what I think. Sell everything. Right, question number 3. I think I need to like start ramping this up a little bit. Let's put a tiny little bit more of this onto one of these wings. Couple of little drops. So there we go. All right, let's oh god, that might not have been the best idea. Wow. Right, just get through them. Right, hit me with number 3.
What's the biggest rookie mistake you see new sellers make?
Biggest rookie mistake for new sellers: buying too much and not knowing actually what you're purchasing. You need to like know what actually is profitable and what's not profitable. Don't get like inundated by too much stock. It's known as like a death pile. You really don't want that. Right, I'm not going. I've got this. Like I've got some nice cold like ice water, but I'm not going for it yet. Right, where are we now? Right, are we on to number 4? I think we are. Right, I think we're going to start ramping this up now. So that was 2 extra bits. Let's go for like a tiny bit more. 1, 2, 3. Right, let's get this. God, sweating. Right, chat, what we got next? Oh.
How important is taking good photos?
Right, photo setup I think is massively important. I think people buy with their eyes, so it's so important to actually have good, clear pictures that people can make an informed decision. So definitely like have a good setup. However you want to do it, just make sure that the background is clear so you don't have things, oh my word, so you don't have like things in it. Make sure you don't have feet in your pictures, and just make sure that there's a good lighting. So lighting is probably one of the most important. Right, I think I'm going to like just answer another question just before I actually hit another wing. Right, so chat, what have we got?
What's the one tool or app you use every day that you couldn't live without as a reseller?
Okay, like what do I use on a regular basis? Probably like it's a fairly new one that's actually come out, which is Google Lens. So the beauty of that is you can actually just take a picture of something and you will be able to get pretty much accurate information about it. So there should be no excuse why you don't actually have the information about it. So that would be like my one that's I use on a daily basis. Right, let's right, due for lighting. Right, we're going for, as I say, we're like ramping it up. Oh my word, I've really like popped it on there now. Right, come on Simon, just do it. Oh my word. Wow. Oh, right. Oh my word. I really need a drink now. Oh. Right, what we got? Right, chat. I need another question.
What's been your worst eBay fail? A listing or sale you still cringe about?
Right, worst fail. I'm sure I've had like lots of them, but the one that sticks out for me, and I don't suppose it's actually a fail, but it was the bit that made me decide I didn't want to be a everything reseller anymore, and that's when I bought a old school TV. So these are one of the square TVs with the glass like front, weigh an absolute like ton, and picked that up from the car boot sale, and I think I paid £5 for it, and sold it I think for £70. So like amazing profit, but it took me probably 2 hours to actually pack that thing up. It was like I was so worried that it was actually going to break in transit that's really what made me decide not to actually do kind of like everything items anymore. So that was one of my I suppose the biggest turning point and one of the biggest mistakes, picking that thing up. All right. This was pleasant to begin with. It's now like starting to get yeah. All right. Oh my word. Oh. Right. Okay. Next question.
How do you handle returns and keep buyers happy when things go wrong?
Right. Thanks, ChatGPT. What do I do in regards to returns? Returns are going to happen. You just might need to try and make sure that if it was your fault, you need to do everything you possibly can to make sure that that customer is happy again. You could potentially lose them as a customer for the future, but if you handle it correctly, then like you may well not. There's lots of people who do abuse the system, and those ones I am still kind of very polite. I will purely and simply accept the return, refund the buyer, get that item back up for sale, and then what I will do is I'm more than likely to block that customer so they can't ever buy off me again. That's what I would do personally. Right, I need a break, so I need another question. Right, chat, what we got?
How do you work out your profit after fees, postage, and taxes?
Yeah, that's a good question, like, and that's a lot of people like can worry about. Me personally, I actually have a spreadsheet that I make sure that I input all my daily profits, and what I mean by that is how much I earn from eBay, how much I have to spend out on items like stock, but also things like postage costs, and fuel and storage costs and all that side of it. I minus that off, and that would like give me like an operating daily profit. But that being said, I actually like kind of like do have an accountant, and that I use like QuickBooks. So most of it is all like automated. So the spreadsheet is for me alone, so I can just keep a track on it. Right, let's get this. Oh, that was a lot. Oh my word. Yeah. Oh. God, that really got me. I don't even see my eyes. Oh my word. Make sure I don't like get chili sauce in my eyes. Right, let's get another question, shall we?
What's your strategy when sales go completely flat for a week or more?
Right, what do I do when it comes to like kind of sales being like extremely slow? It does come, like, and especially for me in my category. So I sell men's clothing, but one of the worst things is the majority of my items are autumn and winter items. So that means that I will sell coats, jackets, jumpers, jeans. When the weather changes, so we're coming into the summertime, people are not looking for those. They're looking for the lightweight shorts, t-shirts. And if I'm not set up for that, my sales are definitely going to slow. So what do I need to do? Well, I still need to like try and source items that people are looking for. So I need to like concentrate more on like linen, more on shorts, t-shirts and that side of it, but also be a lot more aggressive when it comes to like my items. So if people are looking at something, they've like got some kind of interest in it, I will then absolutely send them like a high offer. So that's normally what I do to try and like keep sales and keep the momentum going. Right, we're down to the last question now. So chat, what have you got?
Simon, for the final question, what advice would you give to someone who wants to quit their job and go full-time on eBay?
Right, so if you decide that you actually want to do this full-time, I would definitely say make sure you've actually got some savings behind you, and be fully aware that this is a lot harder than going out into like a normal job. A normal job, you can actually walk out at the end of the day. You don't have to worry about anyone else apart from yourself. And I would definitely say just it takes time. Like it definitely takes time to actually build it up. So for me personally, I went full-time to part-time. So I had a part-time job for probably a couple of years actually. And once I'd done that, and then it was becoming too difficult to like juggle the two, that's when I made the jump to actually like becoming full-time on eBay. So that's how I would do it personally. Take it slowly. Don't just jump into it, because like it's very easy to like kind of go over the top. Right, let's finish these off. So if you enjoyed this and you enjoyed seeing me suffer, then don't forget to push the like button, And if you want me to like do more challenges like this, then obviously like let me know, leave a comment, and let's see what we can come up with. If you learned anything as well today, that's a bonus. But really appreciate you watching, and have a great rest of the day. I'll see you on the next one.